Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Mumtaz Izzatul Huda, and here I am going to deliver you about my discussions on English language and interactive communication tool among tourism sectors employees and foreign tourists in Albania. But before we get started, I want you to imagine what if there is a tourist from Japan trying to order some coffee in a small cafe in Albania, but the waiter doesn't speak Japanese and the tourist doesn't speak Albanian. So we have some trouble there to communicate, right? But we also uh, have the fastest to overcome that situation to speak English, communicate in English because English is our global language, right? So these scenes play out countless times every day across the globe, highlighting the crucial issues in our interconnected world, the role of English as a bridge between cultures, especially in tourism industries. Before we dive into the discussion, I'd like to tell you the outline of the discussions briefly. So the first one is introducing to the issues, findings, implication, and the last is the conclusion. So after we know the main points of our discussions, we'll begin to introducing you the issues. So, in a view of growing demand of foreign tourists and the need to accommodate hotels, skilled English language employees who can communicate with foreign tourists to provide the best experience in hotel services is needed. So, in this article, we have three main issues that will be discussed. The first one is global communication gap, how to overcome the language barriers. The second one, practical versus academic English. So, are we teaching English in a way that prepares students for real world interactions, or are we just focusing too much on the academic language that might not be as useful for their future? The last one, industry needs versus academic provided. So, what the students need for their future jobs did not provide it during their schools. It's quite interesting, right? So this study we're looking at today condition that is focuses in Albania tourism sectors, but as we will see in the next discussion is about the finding. The finding have a broader implication for how we approach English language education around the world. So the study found some three important things. The first one, being good at English help tourism workers do their jobs better and make tourists happier. The second one, more and more tourism jobs need to hire people who can speak English really well. And the third one, the English classes that tourism workers take now don't always teach them what they really need to know for their jobs. So what does this mean for us as a future English language teachers, right? So first we need to think about teaching English that people can use in real life. As a teacher, we should ask, are we helping our student to learn the kind of English that they need for their future, for their jobs, right? Or maybe we should teach them more about vocabularies, words about tourisms, and practice real life situation in class. Second one, the studies show it's more important to help students communicate well than focus too much on grammar because in tourism, it is more important to have uh, yours your interaction, your communication delivered really well, understandable rather than speak perfectly. And lastly, the study shows that what thoughts in English classes isn't always aligned on what they need in tourism jobs in their future. That means the schools and tourism business should work together to create better English classes for tourism workers. This is the last point aligned with my previous study. So I once learned about ESP, English Specific Purposes, where we are required to make materials or syllabus that is focusing student center or what the students need. After we discussed a lot, starting from the rise of the issues, the finding, the implication, we've come to an end, the conclusion, of course. So this study shows that being good at English can help people make friends and even help a country economic to grow. It's not just about passing a test. It's not just about having a rate, score A plus or something, but it's about how we connecting people from other countries. And the second one, the last one, as a future English teachers, we need to think about how to make our classes more like real life. How can we utilizing technology to practice a real conversations? How can we teach students about different cultures when they use English? We can ask them to have a like a mock guide tour during the class. So in the end of the study, remind us that the teaching English isn't just about teaching language, it's about helping our student become global citizens who can talk to people from all over the world and understand different cultures. So that's all from me. Thank you for listening. Do you have any question? Do not hesitate to ask me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.